any problems or you need to know anything, just type in below and we'll help you out. And we'll stop and we can do all sorts of things. It's easy going tonight. It's just a nice little chat. But yeah, there we go. So we're about 1 minute away now, according to my clock. So I can tell you a little bit about the artist we're about to talk to. He's called Mr.Williamz. Very many of you will know about him already. Huge reggae star. We're very, very pleased to have him on board. And he's going to tell us a little bit about what he's going through in these days and times with coronavirus, what's new with him. We're going to chat about a lot of things. Obviously, I'm from the UK, so I've got a lot of things musically in common, I guess, that we can talk about that might be interesting to people in Brazil. Might even be interesting to you guys in the UK or anyone who's English-speaking listening abroad right now. So, without further ado, let's invite the man himself. Let me look him up here, right? We've got to go with... Anyway. Let's see. Anyway, how's your night out there? Hope everyone's having fun, enjoying themselves. Yo, Mr. Williamz, can you request to be in our live right now? I'm trying to look you up. There you go. There we go. Just made it easy for me. Up he pops. Nice. There we go. All the way from London, UK, about to join us, Mr. Williamz, big reggae star. Popping up on the screen right now.
Yeah.
There we go, man.
Oh.
How you doing? Live and direct from London.
Live and direct, man.
Dungeon Town.
Dungeon City.
Great
Yeah, man.
to see you. You're looking good. Listen. Before we go any further, I've got to tell everybody, you had a birthday yesterday, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm still celebrating right now. Having a drink.
I see that. What you got going on there? What are you drinking tonight?
This is Hennessy and a little lime lemonade.
Nice, like the star. That's nice, man.
Yeah.
So
man.
how you been? All good?
Been good, Just busy and working and keeping your mind focused,
Yeah, that's what you've got to do in these days and times. It gives you a bit of I think people have to see this as an opportunity as well. In order to put some time in creativity and focus things in different ways on all aspects of life. Creativity, on your work, on your future plans, on your relationships with other people. You don't have to be in the same room to strengthen those things and to reach out to people maybe you didn't talk to in a long while. Now's a really good chance to do that. So I see a lot of positives with this right now.
Yes, definitely. A lot of reconnecting with yourself. A lot of time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, good to see you celebrating still. You've got to celebrate over 2 days,
Yeah, no, I'm celebrating until the end of the month. Right, until the end of the month. It's all my month. From this time now to the end of the month is my month. So I celebrate like 10 days.
Nice. Yeah. So what are you blazing up there? You got some nice weed on the go? What are we working with?
Yeah, well, you hear that?
That's a strong one, right?
Well, it's a nice flavor, I forgot the name that the guy.
Little sativa thing.
No, I think it's an indica.
Oh, it's indica. Nice.
Yeah. This is a flavor. This is birthday smoking. So this is a flavor. This is what they call a flavor. The flavor is something when it comes from like California or somewhere. It's those flavor.
Right. Yeah, man. Well, we all know you as obviously as a big weed smoker, man. We know you like your weed, and you released a track, right? More weed, and
more weed.
It doesn't get more self-explanatory than that, but it's a great track. for those of you who haven't seen the video, I don't know if I should spoil it, but it's very funny, basically. Very, very funny video. And it speaks of these kind of days and times. And then when it gets to the end, I mean, you get joined by a policeman who wants to smoke up.
Yeah. I thought it was coming to raid me. But I think he smelled it and he coming to invite himself in the party.
Yeah. No, I like that video a lot. And it's a good track. It's a really, really
and it was
nice
fun. It was fun making the video as well. You know, it was nice time.
Yeah. Where did you shoot that video? Was it in the UK or?
Yeah, we shot that London.
In London, nice.
Yeah, London.
And who played the policeman? You had to go get an actor, or was it a friend, or?
No, he's an actor. He does that role quite a few times. I think he's got the uniform and everything.
He nicked it from the bill. He was in the bill.
I think that's his job.
Really?
He does it maybe as a part-time job. Yeah, like does extra as a police.
Yeah.
Acting.
It's a legit uniform. I mean, it doesn't look fake or nothing.
Yeah, this is the thing. We didn't tell, when we was filming that, we didn't tell anybody that this is going to happen. So we was all in there playing music. The guys are smoking, everything. And then, cause we just wanted to film the natural reaction.
Right, yeah.
So we was in there smoking, playing music and stuff. And then they said the guy's going to come in. So they let him in and they're filming him walking through the corridor. And when he comes into the room now, a lot of people like hiding their split and stuff. Like it was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny that looking back at all these things, we will get there. Of course, we will get there. You see what's happening in America, and sometimes money talks with these things. You know, when people realize they can get tax money out of this kind of thing, things.
What do you mean, ganja?
Huh?
You mean with the ganja?
Yeah, I mean with ganja. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's always a political thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's always a political weapon and a tool, you know, that because you know they're selling alcohol, they sell cigarettes, so it's all a political scheme, you know. Because if you look at it, if you listen in reggae music, Rasta has been singing about ganja from like in maybe even the 60s and the 70s, and saying like herb is the healing of the nation. I've been hearing this all the time. Herb is the healing of the nation. The Rasta man has been singing this message a long, long time, and now they start to tell you, oh, the herb is good for your skin, and it's good for your eye. It's good for your hair. It's good to eat. It's good for your appetite. So you find that it's time to start to confess. They start to confess now because they were saying it's bad for you. Now they're saying, we can use it medicinally and for medicine and stuff like that. So you know, they know this is always a plan. It's a scam.
It's one of the few things that you can take recreationally or otherwise, depending on if you see it as a sacrament according to your religion or whatever that may be. But you can take it, and unless there's any kind of crazy fertilizers in there, that's a pure plant-based product, man. There's nothing synthetic in there, like they're putting in alcohol or they're putting in cigarettes or anything else like that. That's straight out the ground.
It's like spinach. It's like spinach. Yeah. You watch Popeye? You watch Popeye?
Of course.
All right, look at this. Popeye used to take his spinach in his pipe.
That was a definite reference to that one, wasn't it?
When he get the spinach, he gets strong, he get confident, and he get mighty.
Yeah.
When he take the spinach.
Yeah.
You know, it's simple, man.
They should have known, man. They could have seen it in the cartoons a long time ago. Even if they weren't listening to reggae music in the 60s, watch Popeye. That's all you need to know.
Popeye, yeah. It's just like spinach, man. It's the herbs. That's why really, really like in the time, like the Rasta man them that growing up, they really don't call it weed. Really, you know? It's a slang. Really, it's herbs. you know, the real wording for it.
Weed is actually a derogatory word, right? It's something that shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be in the ground. It's leaching off other plants. It's
you want to take the weed out. You want to throw that away.
Yeah, it's
so really, it's Babylon that terms ganja as weed.
Yeah.
But we use it as a slang, you know, in the streets and stuff. But really, the real concept, you know, is not really weed, ganja, and herb. You know, the healing. Yeah.
Or even lamb's bread, depending on how kind of biblical you get with it, you know. But it's
just like that, lamb's bread. So the lambs have to eat, man.
Always like that term, you know, lamb's bread.
Yeah, freshly baked. You know what I mean? Freshly baked. So, you know,
nice.
You have to keep it baking, you know.
Well, let's look. I mean, we can start in so many places with you because you've managed to have a very, very successful career and reach a lot of people with your music at a time when it's difficult for the music industry and it's difficult for reggae music. I mean, beyond your kind of like in the mainstream, beyond your sort of your Bob Marley's, Chronics, that kind of thing, it's a difficult time now for reggae artists, you know, and you have been traveling the world, really. I mean, you've been releasing music and reaching a lot of people. And I mean, what do you put that success down to initially, would you say?
I put that success down to the spread of like sound system culture right through the world, you know, sound system. Because most of the youths that really like wanna keep a party with me. A lot of them, they're really into sound system, you know, they wanna have that vibe and really, you know, that's a main part. So that's you know, I would put a lot of you know, because you find that sound system culture spread right through the world, everywhere. Even in the mainstream, everything what you see happening right now is sound system culture. When you know, whenever you see a guy rapping on the mic and a DJ with 2 turntables, that's coming from the ghettos of Jamaica.
Yeah.
So it spread right through the world, and because of that now, the youths them really want to hear that authentic vibe with the sound system, because it's a lot of work goes into building a sound system, you know,
maintaining it and
maintaining it. All right. So imagine now you put in so much work now into your sound system and everything. You're gonna really wanna have that vibe with the sound system. Say, yo, more hear some real lyrics that chat on the sound, you know. We build a big sound, you know, big speaker box and everything. More hear, you know, the things are gone.
Yeah.
You know, I hear that, feel that vibe, what a sound system is designed for, you know what I mean? It's like you have a sound system and then, you know, you can't really push all the button. You want to be able to deal with everything. So then, you know, reach out through that vibe, you know?
Well, and I like that about sound system culture as well. I mean, it's a little bit different in Brazil in a way because Brazil has always had a sound system culture in its own kind of way, you know, in a different style.
Cláudio,
it's definitely had that, as you know, street vibe, street party, speakers.
Yeah, African vibe.
Yeah, African
vibe. It's just African vibes, Caribbean vibes mixed up
você tá em que altura?
in a one, you know?
Exactly. But here what you have is you have like a sound
aí você vai
operator
virar à direita nesse portão colonial, aí vai virar à esquerda e vai ver um portão de alumínio.
Sound guy, he'd be the MC and the DJ, you know, he'll do all of those roles. But when you start getting now into kind of, you go back to Jamaica, you go to the UK, sound system culture is a very specialized thing, you know. You are the DJ or the MC and you're bringing that pure vibe to really be at the very top of your game, to bring the best possible chat and lyrics you can bring.
Não,
and that's your sole focus, you know? And you don't have to worry about any of that other business now. Because you've got the other guys working as part of the team to make that the very best you can do. And I've always really respected that.
Nas casas
you know, I think that
2,
it brings
3,
out the best in
entendeu? Aí eu
everybody.
falo, boto logo 3, porque quando todo mundo passa
But that, I mean, that's over the development over the time, because a lot of the forefathers who are MCs.
Tá, obrigada.
A lot of them had to, even when I was young, we had a local sound system. The sound system sometimes is playing in a different area. We would drive with the sound system. We would drive on the truck. Maybe have to, take some wires for us, because I'm a small kid. They say, bring some wire. Someone bring speaker box and everything. So it's all a team effort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then over the time now it developed where it become more of a show business.
Yeah. And it's changing in Jamaica now as well, because you have these noise abatement laws, which are really killing a lot of sound systems on corners and killing communities as well. Because when you bring a sound system to a community, you got that guy on the street selling his malt or selling his beer, and he's able to sell some cigarettes or whatever he wants to sell to people, some patties, some food, whatever, And all of that's dying out, and then people kind of like getting up on this thing about it's too loud or we can't contain it. Now in Jamaica, you have got to license your sound. At most, you can finish at 2, and on a festival, it's like 3 if you're out in public.
It's crazy. It's like kids.
That's
it's
not
like
what you know, is it? Some of the parties we used to start in London and in Brazil now, they start at 2, or they really get going at 2.
Yeah, 1 o'clock, people start to step out and reach to the party. And that's really what they're trying to kill in Jamaica. Excuse me, they've been trying to kill that the economy for the poor people, because that's what it is. Dancehall and sound system is an economy, so it's an economics. I see the example of when I was young. I saw my friend, his grandmother kept a dance with a sound system. Maybe she kept 2 dances, and that finished her house, She was building her house.
Really?
So because they sell a lot of drink. When certain MCs or certain entertainers come around the sound, a lot of drinks sell. Yeah. Sometime in those time, they would buy the truckload.
Yeah.
So it's not like champagne, it's more beer, So I'm gonna buy a truckload of beer, you know what I mean? And food also is selling. So, and she makes sure she's selling her food, selling her drink, and she keep 2 dance, and her house finish. She don't need no help from the government.
Isn't it?
You understand? What it is, she doesn't need no help from the government. She did that with her son. And her house was stuck for a long time. Like she reached a certain stage and then it was stuck. And then she did that twice, kept 2 dance. And she's not really into party. She's not really like a party type of woman. But she did that and knows, she want to finish her house. So it's an economics. So by the time she finish her house, she doesn't need no help from the government. She don't need to ask the government for no help.
And if she did that in this day and time now, she couldn't do it, right?
She couldn't do it now, no, because you can't sell the drink. Yeah, you need to be playing the sound system till 8 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean?
To make the most amount of cash you can make.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because those time is 8 till 8. When I was young, growing up in Jamaica, it's 8 till 8 sound system, So me, I would go to the dance for like 9 o'clock, the latest, because all of the songs that I want to hear would play in the early part, would play like between 9 and 10. So I want to hear like Ninja Man, Shabba Ranks, Super Cat, Papa San, Lieutenant Stitchy, all of the DJs. So all those music would play early, all the new music. And then at night time now they play like Dennis Brown and Gregory Isaac and the Foundation singers, like probably like my father age group. So the kids now we go out early. So like 8 o'clock we go into the dance early. The vibes starts early.
Yeah. That's interesting though, isn't it? Because a lot of people associate dances almost the other way around now in these days and times. You would go for the more mellow roots and
it's reversed. It's reversed now
in the beginning, and then you're going to get into that kind of more hardcore ragga jungle, ragga dancehall business.
But remember, that time the raga business was just kind of emerging.
Mm.
So
this
they
was
would
around
like
the time of kind of Saw, these kind of guys, right?
Yeah, this was like the mid 80s, like 85, 86, 87, 88, 89.
Yeah.
So, it was just so I guess they was playing all of the new songs, they would play them early in the dance. So if you want to hear the new songs, like the DJ and the Major Macphail and those type of more DJ, not the singers so much.
Yeah.
Late in the night they play Frankie Paul and some big man song,
Yeah. Talking about big man sound, you were a little man, you were a youth man when you started on Sound Systems, right? I mean, I have it that you were like 8 years old when you were in a Clash.
Yeah, and that was the first time I'm holding the microphone in the dance hall and in the party as a kid, I would mess around in my house all the time, and my dad would always hear me. So I was at the dance and my dad was there because, he come to the dance sometime. He come there early as well and drink a beer. And so he was there.
Man, or he just appreciated music?
Well, he just appreciate music,
Right.
And he was, freedom, like he allowed us to go to the dance all the time. So
he supported you, basically.
Yeah. So one time I was there and he would hear me at home doing my stuff, just playing around, and then I was in the dance and he encouraging me, saying, "Yo, you want to go and chat on the microphone?" And I was like, "No, cause I'm kind of shy." I was like, no. He said, "Go on, man, go and chat on the microphone." And then go and tell him, man, give him the microphone, man. And, I chat the lyrics and the place get excited because I'm such a small kid, I'm very tiny, So the lyrics that I was chatting was lyrics that I was listening from on a cassette, I was taking some bits of lyrics and chatting it, So it was like an adult conversation, you know what I mean? And I'm quite small, so it was like it caused a big hysteria in the place. And the other guy who was supposed to sing, when he sing now, he didn't get no reaction. So they say, "Yo, you're the winner, and I win $10." And that time,
$10, that's your first winning.
Yeah, and that time $10 could buy like 2 beer. So what I mean, I felt like, yeah, all right, then nice. This was like that. That was kind of cool, And that kind of.
It's interesting. I mean, there's footage of Beanie and Nicodemus and these guys when they were youths as well at clashes and performing, and it's always really interesting to see, established reggae artists like yourself, and you go back many years and you see the passion that they had from a very young age, still performing.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
The fact that they were allowed as well, because you were still given that opportunity. Remember, everybody, when you put up a sound system, it's a lot of work. A lot of people want to be performing, want to be playing, want to be part of this. And if you give a youngster, an 8-year-old, an opportunity, they better be good, and you better really want to support them, because otherwise, what's the point? Everyone's going to get pissed off with you. You're doing all this business, and you let some kid come and chat on the mic for no reason,
Yeah, but you see, in Jamaica, a lot of the time, people always encourage kids, So even if a kid have some confidence and he have something to say, he will get a cheer, because he's a kid. So that cheer is going to motivate him when he gets more bigger in life now.
Eu mandei o WhatsApp
he's going to remember it and say, "Yo,
ele fez a egípcia,
that magic, I want to get back to that." So, people, the kids are going to get a cheer, you know what I mean? And especially if he's good now, he's going to get a real cheer, a big cheer, even if he's just a bit good. So, that's what I had as a kid then. I had that advantage because I was a big man and I was like a small youth. So, people just cheer and they say, "Oh, you win, man." Even in my village now, even until today, they talk about this moment.
Really?
In Jamaica. Yeah, because this guy, if I go there now and I see him, he talk about, say, "Yo, I was just talking the other day about that, man."
Yeah.
Because people laugh at him a lot, you know, because he's a big man, you know. So they say, you remember when the little man kill you? You know?
He lived his whole life with that one, right?
Yeah, but it's been years. It's been so many years. It's like folklore in the village. It's become like folklore. Serious.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, he mention it. He say, yo.
I think I have to move out of town, man. It's that.
Nah, man, he love it, man. He love it, because people know it, you know? That's how it go.
Well, it's a community, you know, so that's, yeah, it's all love anyway.
Exactly.
Music is all love.
It's a community.
And that's the thing about sound clashes as well, you know, the word itself, it sounds very aggressive, and for sure there has been in the past a history when things have gone wrong at some certain points, but that's never what it's been about, not the origin of it, you know. It's about just showing off lyrical skills, and you know, that clash actually brings the best out in both artists. Of course it does.
Yeah,
both
artists are both sound system, whatever is in competition is gonna bring out the best. And what I think is sound clash or MC clash a lot of the time is misunderstood, you know? It's misunderstood. Like, people who really into that thing and know about that thing, they know that even if I'm saying something, yo, Carl, and it sounds aggressive, they might take it very, very serious, but you know, it's the vibes and the music and what you're dealing with, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's about discipline. It's about being confident enough in yourself that, yeah, somebody might try and tear you down and have a bit of fun with you, but you're going to stand there resolute and show them, you know? You've got nothing to worry about.
If you look at it, it's like if you look in a sports, you look at like, it's like a boxing and a wrestling mixed up together, musically, you know? It's like boxing, that's a serious part. You can get your teeth knocked out. And then it's also like the wrestling part where the guys got a costume and that kind of part, the fanfare, you know, the flair and the party and the, you know what I mean? But then the real business, the real deep part of it now is that you could get some punches musically.
Well, there have been some great costumes over time, though.
Eu mandei essas mensagens pra ele,
like
né?
reggae
Que é meio
Sunsplash
estranho conversar
some of these
sozinha,
costumes,
né?
like Ninja, all these guys used to wear.
Come on.
That's just brilliant, you know? Really, really good.
Come on. You know? Yeah. A lot of costumes. And a lot of those style that you see introduced, in the dancehall in those times. It went international, went worldwide, because when you see Pinches and Shabba wearing certain style, and then you see LL Cool J wearing the same kind of style, you know, because you see the big kids in New York wearing the Kangal hat and the tracksuit and the ballet, you know.
Yeah, like Biggie Smalls, all these guys were wearing that, yeah.
It's a dancehall style that really was influencing the hip hop fashion. The big gold chain, all the big gold chain and stuff like that.
Run DMC thing that came out of that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because they see the hustlers in New York on the street that come from Jamaica dressing like that. So that's, well, I mean, you know.
For instance, like New York particularly had big Jamaican neighborhoods, you know, big Jamaican influence there. You know? So all of these hip hop events really, not just with, as you were saying, like that whole idea of the way you even DJ with the way you have the two turntables and an MC and this kind of thing. Not only that was taken, but the fashion and the style and the swagger.
Everything.
Jamaica as well.
Yeah, everything, man. Yeah, man. Everything. And now it's been reversed, whereas now you see like the kids more trying hip hop stuff, like the Jamaican kids will be trying out more hip hop sound, trying to get that sound, or even dress, even the dressing and stuff. You know, they want to dress more like a rapper. They don't want to
Mandei pra
wear
você
their,
pelo Instagram
mesh
agora
marina
o
like
link da
our
minha
thing
live
or
que tá
whatever
no ar
we normally
agora.
wear. They want to wear,
Que tá com
the
esse Mr.
later thing.
Williamz, que é
So it's just a
premiado,
reverse.
regueiro
It's just the
internacional
times and the
londrino,
changes.
e o
You know what I mean?
Cal, que é um dos DubTrópicos fazendo.
But that's why we keep
We had,
original, you know, because that's what we love, you know. That's why we keep it in the original style, because that's what we love, you know.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good thing. I've always really loved that original style of toasting of emceeing that's come out of Jamaica. You know, like my big favorites out of Jamaica were like, you know, Captain Sinbad and these kind of guys. You know, like Captain Sinbad, Jabata and Scatty as well. You know, these kind of like really old style toasters, and I used to love that vibe. You know, because they had a different lyrical flow. You know, there's a thing where people would call them sing jays sometimes as well. You know, because it was a more melodic way of delivering as well. You know.
Yeah.
But you would have been influenced by all of those things. I mean, in the UK, I think we were chatting a little bit earlier. And I was saying it might be interesting for everybody out here in Brazil to understand a little bit more about the UK DJs and MCs that inspired you, because everybody talks about the Jamaica ones, you know, the Jamaicans, and worldwide they're quite renowned. But outside of the UK, some of these big artists, they didn't necessarily get known, and their work is amazing. So,
phenomenal.
Inspired
the
you
UK artists. You see, all right. When I'm hearing the UK artists now, I will be hearing like Sweetie Irie, scene, which is the mentioned kid. I'll be hearing Sweetie Irie and like Aswad.
Aswad as well, right?
Yeah, in Jamaica, all day on the radio, they playing them type of song. Maccabee is also an artist I was always hearing, Maccabee, you know. But the thing for me was this: I wasn't really differentiating. I was just hearing them and say, well, Maccabee just sound like, you know, I didn't really know that he's a UK artist until I'm listening more and more and more, and I hear the radio guys say, this man is from UK. I'm like, what? This man is from the UK, you know? So I hear Sweetie Irie, Maccabee, and, you know, a lot of the time, people would like visit my dad, they would bring cassette, like Saxon cassette, so we always hearing it was
big sound system in the UK.
Yeah, and also they would all bring Asha World of Girl, Goldfinger, Chris Goldfinger, Asha World of Girl movements. Yeah, those cassettes. I remember having two of those cassettes, listening all the time, you know, and even Papa Levi, Saxon MC, Papa Levi, he had a huge impact on Jamaican flow, delivery, and everything. His impact was huge.
The ones I liked actually they adapted that English and Jamaican style. They had a mix, you know. So my favorites were like Daddy Rusty, Smiley Culture, these kind of guys who brought in a slightly more English accent as well, because they made it their own vibe as well, you know, some of these guys. And I like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, when you're listening to Saxon cassette, you're hearing different type of slang and different twang and different talk. So sometimes you have to listen it more again, and, you know, you get, you know, more interesting, you know, more than a man that say, put up your hand, da. Them man, they give you more story, more storyline, and more things, you know, what they make up on the bus, and this and that, and, you know, me see a man and this and that, you know, them give more dialogue and a storyline. So, you know, that's what we get from the UK MCs, you know. And as
I think I see that influence in your music as well. I hear that when I listen to you. I can definitely hear the UK.
Yeah, because definitely we really like the storytelling and, you know, the flow, the storytelling, the conversation. But the point I wanted to make is, Papa Levi, he had a big influence on the delivery of the MCs in Jamaica, like Papa San and those artists, because he had a song that went number one in Jamaica. I didn't even know that Papa Levi was living in England. I would just hear the song. I thought it was a guy in Jamaica, like a dread just living in Jamaica. The song when it, my God, making in ninja over, my God, making in ninja over, it inspire me to be a mic chanter. And then he went into double speed and he said, my God, making and he went to speed rapping.
Right.
So this was like an amazement. This would play on the radio all the time. This was like the blueprint for a lot of artists now building lyrics. They would build the double time, like Papa San and most artists like in that era, you know. Lieutenant Stitch and those men are like known for it, but enough artists gonna use a little part of that double speed time. And definitely, you know, when I growing up, Papa Levi and the impact of that was huge because you had all the little Jamaican kids was singing that speed rap. Because to do that speed rap was like, it's like a quiz almost. Like if you can do that speed rap, it's like, yeah, maybe you can DJ, you know? You know?
Like a test, right?
Yeah, it was like a test. It's like a blueprint, like a test, like a what you call that now? Like a little curriculum.
Yeah.
If you pass this now, so my friend would test me, you know. My friend would test me and say, "Can you do this? Can you do it like this?" You know. Jackie Laton a vampire. When him see son, him can't take that. Wife me no black me no. And it was like that, you know. Live in a house, me no live in a flat, you know. And you hear Stephen Marley use that same verse, that same blueprint, Papa Levi curriculum.
On Rockstone, that flow.
Rockstone. Yes, not the flow, not the flow, the lyrics, word for word.
The lyrics themselves as well.
Yes, Jackila turning a vampire, but when he see something can't take that. Live in a house, me no live in a flat. All of the lyrics when I said there, so is all Papa Levi verse. That was the verse that we used to sing going to school.
We have a question here from someone. Actually, guys out there, if you have questions, ping them in, and I'll try and ask as and when we go through as we chat, if I can. But if it doesn't fit, I won't. Don't feel offended if I don't ask. But somebody's asking when that Papa Levi song came out. Do you remember at all?
That was in the 80s. Like I was a young kid, man. That was like definitely 80s. Maybe like 84.
Right, there we go. 84, someone's answering. Yeah, right. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, look.
Later thing. So it's just
Really old style toasters. And I used to love that.
Some reason, hold on. Yeah, I'm not hearing you so well, you know. I'm not hearing you.
Can you hear you better?
Yeah, I'm getting you now.
Yeah, it's can hear you better.
Yeah, I'm getting you now. I'm there now.
Right. Now, I don't know how many of you guys out there tuned into this have seen a film called Yardie. It was directed by a very famous English actor called Idris Elba, who's been tipped for James Bond. I mean, he's been in a lot. And music and in some ways Jamaican and music and in some ways a level of criminality that came into it because there's a Jamaican, a broad range of Jamaican gangs which are labelled under this term Yardie, which comes from, people's homes, tenement thing. Anyway, the movie is really good. I'd encourage you to watch it. It's a really good film. And I like the way they did the costumes, the lighting. I like the locations. They did a good job of making it look authentic. Anyway, that aside, you can figure all that stuff out for yourself. You don't need me to read this while or tell you this while we're talking to Mr. Williamz. But the reason I'm mentioning it is when it gets the dancehall scene in there, and there's a little business going on with someone chatting on the mic. Who do I see on there? But Mr. Williamz. Yours.
Abandon himself. Oh, you mean? Who else? Who else you could be in that scene now? They want to say, all right, they want picture. Him say 1982. Him say 1982. That scene, right?
Yeah.
So even the slang, everything, they want somebody who was present in the dance hall. 1982 and don't look old in this time now.
Right.
You understand? They want somebody to look like 1982, like they're in 1982. So that's how really when time he explained that to them, everything was set because I didn't have to the wording and certain things, certain words you're not gonna say. For example, you're not gonna say, yo, the place I shell down, or we're shelling down the dance tonight, or nothing like that. You're gonna keep it in that time frame, you know?
Yeah, right.
Easy all Massive and crew, roping and, visit the bar and, you know what I mean? Them type of talk. So he really was emphasizing to me and saying that he wanted to be authentic. So
and that
I guess
comes across in the film a lot, it's very authentic, the way it looks and the way people,
everything with them deal with in that film there, because I even went to Jamaica when they was doing some filming out there. I didn't do my part out there. I was just in Jamaica at the time doing my music.
Yeah.
So I was on set some of the time and just watching, And it was a good experience, man. So when they said like, yo, we need that kind of vibe, that just bring me right to my child days of being in the dance hall, like, 1985 then, but it's the same kind of vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even when time ago, when everybody, as you said, the costume, they have everybody under costume, Every man have false beard, even beard, and even locks.
Yeah.
See? So when me arrive now, me have my art and thing and me show them two of my shoes and thing. You must say, you don't need no costume. We don't need no costume. You have your gold teeth already. A lot of people have gold teeth. Fake. You understand?
Yeah.
So even on the sound, you see the guy them that you see me around on my sound now, one of them is a dread. He look like a dread, like a living dread.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to him, after this movie now, if I see you on the street tomorrow, I'm not gonna know you, because they do the costume so good, You just look like a dread. I thought he was a dread until he told me, yo, these are fake dread. I said, rotted. I thought those was you. I thought you was a dread.
It's amazing what you can do with films nowadays, isn't it? It's crazy, man. It's really, really crazy. But I mean, yeah, that film was really good. I have a lot of love for that because I think I recognize some of that atmosphere when you would walk into a dance hall. It's of a very particular era, and it's not just the costumes that give it away. There's something about the way they filmed it, the way people move, the way people talk, that is of that time, and you click with it, you recognize it. It looks familiar,
Yeah, man.
I really
they
and
paid
it's also interesting.
Detail. They paid very close detail to all of the material, because, for example, I bring a few hats, see? I want to show them like one hat. It was maybe like fur, the Kangal fur.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, this one is nice. We said, no, this is 1985, like 84, 85 that started to come. This fur wasn't around. So they must say, we definitely don't want this one. So they research everything like that, The shoes, everything, the style of shoes, everything. So everybody, they did a proper thing, man.
Nice. No, it's really, really good. I like it a lot. And it touches on some familiar topics. You can see where they brought some inspiration. Like, there was a lot made of, for people out there who don't know, there's an artist called Rankin Dread, very famous, who did a lot of tracks, came out of Jamaica. And
all right. Tell him about him.
Yeah, when he came to London, he his life kind of, he was involved in a few different parts as well, you know, and you could see how this movie might take some inspiration from that lifestyle and that way of living as well, you know. He had some great tunes and some great tracks, and I don't know anything about the man, so I'm not really qualified to make a judgment, but I know that obviously he had his music thing going on, and then he had a little sideline and some other things happening as well at the same time.
So what you can say about Ranking Jed is that you know that even the House of Commons had to talk about Ranking Jed.
Alô?
Well, he was named, you know, all this business. In the UK, the newspapers at one point talked about Snoop Dogg being the most dangerous man in the UK or the world or whatever. He was in the UK because he was visiting, you know? But they once said the same thing in the House of Commons about Ranking Jed.
That's what I'm saying to you about activity, active, you know. So that's the time and the motion and the whole scene and everything at the time. So as you say, the movie kind of bring that vibe to your mind, you know what I mean? That's it, yeah, man. So they really get the every detail to a point, you know.
And he was just coming back to Rankin very quickly as well. He was a very funny guy because at the same, he was a very serious guy. If you believe any of this mythology around him, he was definitely a serious man. You wouldn't mess with him. But at the same time, he's making tracks like Fatty Boom, which just. I mean, you just listen to it and you're cracking up, man. I mean, you've got to have a sense of humor to do that as well.
God, this is the thing. You see with the music, this is the thing. The music like a therapy. You know? So you see the music now. In those times, the MCs and the man them was really genuinely having fun. Now, a man is not really having fun, you know, a man is thinking about what can he get to connect with the people and what. In those times, a man really think about, all right, then, you know, say, from you know, you're within a certain frame, you're going to connect with the community, you know, because you're not talking nothing that's alien. But now, a man want to pinpoint and say, what's trending? What can I talk about that's maybe trending like on the internet? Or what's in, you know, what's politically correct. You know, those times a man not singing nothing politically correct, you know. A man just singing how him feel.
Yeah. And undiluted.
Yeah, a man in a studio, you know, a man have a think and I listen to me, have a voice, I say, yo, me fatty boom, 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 fatty boom, boom. Love is you just up in a cause. Sure. Love is smell it.
That is my youngest son's favorite track. He will play that over and over again. He loves it.
Of course, kids, all right. Kids gonna hear that. Fatty boom boom. Of course, that's what they're gonna listen. Boom, 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 fatty boom, and the rhythm and everything, the bass line. It's just a natural science. This is the thing. It's a natural science. It's like within the chemistry of your mindset. Even a kid, he's gonna pick up on that, man. Fatty boom boom, he's gonna laugh, you know. Yeah, I mean, and that's a gangster singing that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a straight up gangster singing that.
Yeah, that's a gangster now with them so-called gangsters then. And them man they sing that, a notorious man sing that now. Boom 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 boom. All right, and him have a next song when he say, we must sing about mommy. You hear that one?
No, I don't know that one actually. I don't think so.
Check it. You have a song where say, my mommy are the nicest mommy. My mommy are the sweetest mommy. My mommy. Yo, one sweet piece of tune, you know. The man just sing about him mother and every mother, you know. But he must sing about female mother and I say, oh, she wash me and, you know, take care of me and grow me and me don't know no daddy and just a nice mommy song, you know. We can play Mother's Day.
Well, you know what? That links perfectly into what I wanted to just mention briefly while I'll let Mr. Williamz have a little sip just for a sec while I talk about this. But while we're doing this live, we're also proud to be promoting Mães da Favela, which are basically mothers of the favela. And Mr. Williamz was talking about mothers here. Mothers are the backbone of favelas, of slums, of poor neighborhoods, of dwellings. They are the real backbone of these communities, and we need to support them. And what we're trying to do now with this live is we are here to support the mothers of the favelas here in Brazil. And what we want you guys to do who are listening, if you're able to spare just a little bit of money and you can contribute to this cause, what we're trying to do is we're delivering small little packages of just the necessities for these mothers that they need, some detergent, some little food things, just some things to see them right on their path and look after their families and keep people in a decent way, during these times, because these are difficult times and people are not earning no money in these favelas and things are really, really tough for people right now. 2 months without work, no money coming in. So we're really trying to support this project. And all of you guys, if you can get behind it, just raise awareness for it, contribute a tiny little bit of money, whatever you can do. These guys are doing an amazing job, trust me. They're doing a really, really good job.
So Carl, how does the people get to do that? Is that the thing that's pinned right here?
Just down here, right. Pinned this thing called Mais da Favela. So check them out.
MaisDaFavela.com.
Yeah.
Them out. .br. Yeah, that's how you get in touch officially. And
yes, exactly. And even if all you can spare is $2, £2, £1, doesn't really matter. It's just showing these mothers some love.
Yeah. Right now, even 75 pence, it all add up. So this is the thing we need to do, because you have to understand that in the favela, nothing really happening. It's just like in the ghettos in Jamaica, nothing really happening, and the government don't really do nothing for these communities,
Nothing at all, man. They're doing everything themselves. Right now, they're disinfecting their own communities. They're looking after themselves. They're mobilizing. They're doing their own security, their own health care. They're doing everything,
And this
they're doing it.
Sorry. Go on. No, you go on.
They're doing it without government help. They're doing it without trying to resort to criminality, although most people would. I'm not saying there's no criminal elements, but when you are pushed up against the wall, you see how quickly you turn to the wrong side. And the people who are going to stop this kind of thing are not the councillors, the government, the police. It's the mothers who have the chance to do that. So if you support them, they will make these places a better place for everybody. And it impacts everyone.
The man them and the youths them, because you see, woman of them care. The woman is the backbone, the mothers is the backbone of the community, So they feel the pain. When even stuff happen in the community, it's they that cry and feel the pain, when the sons go to prison or anything happening like that. So the mothers are always looking out for everything what's happening. So the mothers, as you say, are the foundation of every community, So it's a good thing what you're doing, Carl, you know what I mean? And
it's not just me, but I'm in a very small part. Me and Mayo Ray, who's also part of DubTropico, we're fully behind this. It's a very good cause, and your money goes directly to them. There's no middleman. There's no wasting it on fancy projects or none of this business. Your money goes directly
them to the people, yeah. And this is the thing with the music as well. I've never been in Brazil. I've never been in Brazil before. But
that surprises me, because you've been everywhere else in the world, though.
This is the thing. I've never been in Brazil, and it's like,
you got to fix that.
Yeah, man. The opportunity is in the right time, But I always hear about the street party and the sound system parties in the streets. My brethren go a few times. My brethren go quite often. Whitey, he go there quite a few times.
Right.
So he tell me about the sound system and tell me yo, there's 500 people in the streets partying. You know what I mean? Sound system string up, play till the morning. Just like the vibes what I was telling you about in Jamaican ghetto in the 80s. So now that made me think and say, well then, that must be a big economic part for those communities, keeping those street dances and keeping those gatherings. So I don't know how it is right now, with the COVID and the lockdown, the thing what's happening right now. See the whole quarantine stuff. Could you tell me some more about it, like?
Yeah, I can do. Just before I get into that, I have a little warning that's come up now. I've got 2 minutes left on this chat before Instagram cut us off. But what I'm going to do, if it's all cool with Mr. Williamz, we're going to reconnect as soon as that happens. So everybody don't go nowhere. This is carrying on. So once this cuts, do not worry. We're continuing. Just wait 1 little minute and we'll be back. We'll be able to talk about it.
Wow. Yeah, it's just a 1 second. Yeah.
To touch briefly on what you were saying. Well, we're in lockdown more or less. I mean, the people who need to work can't work, and it's a very political situation here because the president wants everybody to get back to work as soon as possible, but he has his own interests in that because he knows he's going to be judged on the economic growth of this country and whether it goes into recession or not. You know, so he has his own little reasoning for that. It's not to necessarily help people get their money or get them back to work. He knows he's going to be judged if this country goes down the hill in the economy. Yeah. So it's not for me to say really whether people should go back to work right now or not, other than we need to worry about
But I always hear about the street party and the sound system parties in the streets.
You know, first and foremost, and we need to do that. But while we do that, we can still help people adapt and react to it. And this is how people are mobilizing here around them. Hello everyone, we're back. Thanks for joining us. We got cut off there because, as you know, with Instagram Live, you get knocked off after an hour. But don't worry, we're still back, we're still running. Mr. Williamz is going to be popping up on the screen in a second. Thank you for joining us tonight. We've already been talking about a lot of interesting things. We've got more things to talk about. And he's going to be popping up here any minute now, and here he comes. If you guys, type them in. Any questions, guys? Type them in. I'll try to ask them as and when I can, if it's possible. If it's possible. Can you read it? This man again. It's cut there for a little bit, but we're back. Yeah. It's cut there for a little bit, but we're back.
Yeah. With the use of technology, we're still in touch, you know?
It's a great thing, man. When I was young, you couldn't do these things, you know? It wasn't possible.
When you was young, you're still young, man. You're not young?
Wow, young, when I was younger. Okay, there we go. Mr. Williamz, I was younger.
Yeah.
You're doing all right. I'm getting a little bit of white in here now. I'm getting that salt and pepper coming along.
No, you see that white there is wisdom, man. You see that white? You cannot call it white. It's platinum. You have to use that.
I like that. I'm going to use that, actually.
You have to use that. Because when they tell you you're going grey and you're going white, you tell them, it's not white. They're going platinum. Platinum is the wisdom. Grey and you're going white.
I like that, man. That's probably about the only platinum status I'll ever get in life, but it'll do me. I'll be happy.
You know, never feel platinum, you know. Just like, you know, they get them, man. Them are forward, you know. Some liquor small.
You earn them, man. They're like Sprites. You earn them, right?
Just like, that's what I'm saying, man. You have to live there. We don't get there. Some man don't get there, you know. Some people, we're very fortunate right now. A lot of people don't get to this time and this stage in life.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of youth walked away, you know, so it's a real thing.
What was I going to ask you? I wanted to ask you a couple of other things, really. more about directly related to your music. A few little ideas I have. I mean, you did some stuff with. We might have some like jungle fans out there and drum and bass fans listening as well, because like music is broad and people who listen to all sorts of things also listen to reggae. And jungle and drum and bass was a very British phenomenon for a while, but I don't know if you know this, Mr.Williamz, but a very famous drum and bass DJ called DJ Marquis is actually Brazilian in origin, and he came out of here and then really went along that whole drum and bass jungle vibe. Amazing MC, and he's going around the world playing this. But the reason I bring that up is you performed along Shy FX a couple of times at least, or at least once, right?
No, we did a few gigs with Shy.
Yeah,
definitely. We did a few festival with Shy and thing, you know. We had a few performances with Shy, man. And
how did you feel getting into that sort of more jungle vibe with your music?
Well, you know what? Definitely. You have to understand that it's like a brother and a sister. Music is like a family. So you see Shy, all of those jungle producers or drum and bass producers. Let's say, you know, the jungle producers. All of those producers are sound system fanatics. Music is like a family. That's why they become like that. That's why they become into like chop up all these samples and hey boy, I'm gonna murder you. So you have to understand it's a simple, it's a family relationship musically. Mentally. You know, mentally we're in the same type of state, you know, because all right. You see me, I don't like decorate too much decoration on the vocals when I'm doing my vocal. I like just do some vocal like, and then the engineer can get busy. You know, it depends what type of song we're doing.
Sure.
Just like we on the sound system, I'm not gonna have no decoration on the vocal. You know, backup and harmonies and. You just want the raw thing and then the producer can, you know, use that. So he's getting like way more like an MC, just like how it sample Ninja Man. You just want the raw thing and then the producer can, you know, use that. So he's getting like way more like an MC, just like how it sample Ninja Man from a sound tape. Some fresh ideas. You know, saying murder them, and put that in there. But you know, we can create some vibes and create back the same kind of vibes, but some fresh ideas. Then it's even 100% more good. So it's just like a family tree when you talk about like the.
It's an era I grew up in, so I saw that relationship with reggae and with jungle as well merging, and I really liked it. And as you say, big influence from sound system. We were talking to an MC here, a Brazilian MC. I'm not sure if you're familiar with his work, but called Monkey Jam. And we had him on the live a couple of weeks ago. And he's worked with Congo. Well, Congo Natty remixed one of his tracks. But he's a dancehall MC as well, you know, Brazilian, sings in Portuguese. But, you know, great artist as well.
Man. Yeah. So you got like a drum and bass vibes going on out there in Brazil.
You know what? There used to be. I think it is kind of. You don't hear a lot of it at the moment. You hear DJ Dalua. He's still playing here because he was involved with DJ Marquis. Marquis sort of. I think he spends most of his time outside Brazil. I think he's barely in Brazil these days. You know, he's just touring and playing all around the world, really. So. Most of his market is outside of Brazil. But at one time it was very, very big, for sure. And people still have memories of that, and people, I'm sure, are still listening to all of those tracks. There's probably a lot of Brazilian drum and bass that I have to educate myself on, that I don't know enough of, you know. So
what's the sound system vibes like out there?
Sound system vibe is good. We are hoping to do a live with someone very interesting in about a week or less than a week time. What they did was they produced a book, a really nice book, and they listed with pictures and everything every single sound system in Brazil. Reggae sound.
Need that book then. I need a copy of that book.
I'll talk to him and we'll try and get one to you, man, because
I need it in my collection because what I like with South America, even on a whole still, is that I see a lot of female sound systems collected. A lot of that in the reggae and dub scene and the lectures.
We've got a sound system in Sao Paulo called Ruida Rosa, I think it's called. Basically something pink. Their speakers are pink, everything, but they play a great set, man. They play a really good selection.
Reggae?
We've got some other girls, reggae, and other girls who are really tight DJs, really good.
Man, that's great to see. Because it's competitive, so they really have to be competitive. It's not just like looking good around the sound system. You have to play some good tune, you know what I mean, and deal with it right, mix it right, and everything, you know.
But coming back to your question, I mean, I would say the sound system in terms of reggae culture is bigger in Sao Paulo, because Sao Paulo is a bigger city, which sounds strange because we're probably more similar to Jamaica here in terms of being close to the beach, having the mountains and all that kind of stuff in Rio. But the scene here is a little more underground, but it's still there, of course.
Vibrant, yeah.
Biggest sound system here is Digital Dubs, who we play with regularly. Big shout out to Mokas and everybody involved with those projects. We've got great DJs here. Juka, Bangarang, Gorilla Zen, guys, Hempfire, lots of crews, you know.
Man.
This scene is still growing, but in Brazil it's a whole forward.
Just tell them that I stone forward. Just tell them once all the quarantine finish and ting.
Yeah.
Zing, zang, zung, zang, zing. Reach, fast, quick, zap.
Well, you know, Mr. Williamz, you need this Brazilian stamp in your passport, man, because you've got the Chinese one, you got the Indian one, you've got, I don't know, Mongolia, I don't know where you've been, but
I get the Russian one. I get the Russian one. Boy, I mean, I tell you, I just don't get the Australian one still.
No?
You know, I don't get the Brazil. It's just Brazil and Australia.
Well, they're both remote countries, you know. So, but anyway.
Hey, it's when the time is right. Because what it is, you can't rush it. What I call that is like a forced entry. That's not good. Forced entry is not good. You understand?
E detalhe,
you know,
com ele, ele só pode comer hoje até as 9.
It's not good.
Às 9 ele não pode comer mais.
And you can't do that in the music. You understand? You can't rape the people them when they're not ready. Wait till the thing ripe and then you pick it the right time. You know what I mean? So you don't want really go some places by happened before, you know, where you can like say, alright then, yo, come here, and you say, alright then I come there, but then the people not ready, or you don't have enough song that's resonating with those people there at that time. So it's like a forced entry almost. Because it's like you want to go back. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and build up on that foundation there now and thing where really you need to put in the work and just let the work develop, and everything gonna come. Everything gonna, you know, the right, you know, the people wherever your music is resonating. Cause this is what I find out with the music, especially like sound systems all over. Wherever the song is hitting them, you're gonna get the feedback from there. People gonna hit you back and say, yo, we love this song. You know, the internet is just so great. We make everything connected, the whole world connected. So I can talk with you now. I can talk with a sound man in China. I can talk with a sound man in Japan. Everything and it's just connected. So
and they exist as well, right? I mean, there are these sound guys in India, in China, right now.
Yes, Russia as well. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that, Russia. A man called me to go to Russia. I said, what? When I get there, yeah, I went to Moscow. I did a thing. It was a drum and bass session, see?
Nice.
It was a jungle session.
Yeah.
But then, you have another contact far east in Russia, you know. This place is called Kazan. You probably don't know it. Very far.
Actually, I think I've heard of that place.
deep. It's like the plate. So he said to me, yo, you have a contact in Kazan and they want to do a show out there, a reggae show, and, we could make it happen. I was like, well, we're going to, we're hearing things all right. And they sort out everything was correct. And we went out there, And I was like, yo, imagine that. You got a sound man out here in Kazan. You know what I mean?
That is insane, isn't it?
Crying for some vibes. You understand? He's crying for some vibes out there.
It spreads everywhere.
That's the thing. So music is like an infection. Music is like COVID. A good COVID, spreading.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. So let's talk about the specifics kind of your music now, because I want to get into a little bit the labels and the artists that you've kind of worked with. Like you've been on a track with Addis Pablo as well, right?
Yeah, Addis' latest project, I think it's called DubTropico. That's his
so how did that come about? Just quickly before, sorry to interrupt you, just quickly, for all those people who don't know who Addis Pablo is, he's the son of Augustus Pablo, probably, in my opinion, one of the world's greatest musical geniuses that ever lived, really. A man who took something that everybody thought was a toy, a little kid's toy, and he played that thing like Miles Davis plays the saxophone.
Yeah, man, tour the world with that, man.
I mean, that's... John Coltrane plays the saxophone. Miles Davis plays the trumpet. But you get what I mean. He played that thing like it was a bona fide instrument. And he has been a big, big figure in the music that I listen to. And he carried on that tradition, playing this instrument called the melodica. So anyway, that's a little background, but I'd like you now, Mr. Williamz, to tell us more about that.
Well, you see the vibes with Addis. Me and Addis have a good vibes. As you say, him father a musical genius. So, from when time I meet him and thing, them have a good vibe. So, more time when tell me have a project I work on, like me really, up with working on it as well. You know what I mean? So it was like, him linked me. We did a mixtape, I think, before. And it was like a tribute song. Cause he gave me like a sample, like a Dr. Dre beat. He was doing a mixtape and he said, yo, I got a different idea and thing. He wanna do something different with the melodica. So he said like, yo, doing this mixtape. This was like 5 years ago. We was in Jamaica and thing and we linked up and we did a performance with Shawnee B and One Extra Crew. Nice. For him and brethren them. And I did a little piece with them. So we had a good link and a good vibes, you know what I mean? And I grew up, listening to them, his father music and everything. All of we listening father music, you know what I mean? Yeah. So when I was checking out some of his ideas, now I have some, some ideas as well where, like him come to me and say, I have a Dr. Dre beat. Them doing a mixtape, and the still, Dre, still.
The one that goes,
yeah.
Is it that thing?
Yeah, still, with Snoop Dogg, yeah, still.
Yeah.
He said he played some melody, he's using that beat, but playing the melodica over that, with that. So he want me to give him a vibes on it. And I did a freestyle on it, and it was nice and thing. And then he said, yo, he's going to take off the Dre beat and maybe put just some Nyabingi drums and use the voice.
Tô na Veja, você viu? Que eu te mandei o link.
And then, recently we have his latest project that he's working on called the DubTropico.
Segunda hora, cara.
He linked me and said he have a hip hop beat, like a different type of beat, but it's sample human there
fazem uma hora,
in the beat.
Entrou na segunda hora.
And I always tell him that I really want to work with some human there stuff.
Cara,
Because
55
Humondale is
minutos.
like a big icon for me. You know, it's like one of my favorite
Amazing
singers.
voice as well.
A questão não é o papo
One of his-
chato, a questão
one
é
of
que
my
quem
favorite
aguenta
tracks by
ficar
Humondale
2
is
horas
Lie,
sentado
Lie.
assistindo alguém falar.
I think that's just
Ah,
amazing.
Uma coisa é música,
Lie,
cantar,
lie.
dançar.
And so they kill fire.
Great.
Sick, man. The music is sick. You understand? The music there, I can just sit down, put on a vinyl, just listen, smoke even half ounce of weed, man. Just listen and repeat.
Yeah.
You know? So many songs they have, you know? So he have a sample and I always tell him, yo, I want to do some work with like some of the Humondale stuff because I know your dad have a lot of catalog of Humondale, so you should use up some of them songs, the virgin. So he sent me a song and straight away, I feel the vibes, you know. He sent me an email and sent me a song because he said I'm ready to, you know, use this sample now. And it's the song what Humondale sing, Stop Them. You know, Stop Them?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
That's like, you understand? That's like a sick song. I'm saying, yo, the Africa, so, and I'm saying, yo, Addis. So him send me the thing. Me and he was talking on WhatsApp and I was like, yo, like it. So I went and I started to vibes it. And I started to get some lyrics. And remember, in this Humondale, like me, I said, I need, this have to be mad, you know. I can't really go halfway in, you know.
Yeah, there's no half stepping with that one.
There's no, come on, man. You have to full length, you know. You understand? The full strength, you know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to make them repent. You understand? So I was like in my lab and I was like, yo, this is mad. So I got the idea, sent it to Addis. I said, Bam, how you like this? He said, yo, love it. And then I got my engineer who was mix my project because he's got such a sick mix. His name is Zeke. I did the his label is the Green Lion Crew. That's his label.
All right.
He's a sick individual.
Yeah.
You understand? His ears, I don't know where he get these ears from. But a lot of the time, you see, for me, mix is the biggest thing. Like I can voice a lot of tunes. I can voice song, voice. But then I need to hear the mix. And when I hear the mix, a lot of the time the mix, something in there, I'm like, yo, bring this up. Or I'm like, yo, that could be like this. Or whenever he send me a mix, man, I don't have to think twice. You know, I don't have to even, you know, I can listen.
It's going to come correct.
It's like he almost knows what I want to hear. I don't know how he can be inside my head, but I think he's just a fan of the music as much as I am. Yeah. And in the way I am and maybe the parts of the music that I am as well, you know? So it's like, it's a good connection.
I think that synergy is really important, you know, like with DubTropico, with the way we play. There's me, DJ Relic, and Mayo Ray, and the way we play together, there is this kind of harmony and understanding, you know? We're both DJing and cutting in between each other.
Bringing the vibe.
The next one on. But so much of it is unspoken. It's just not said. Yeah. It doesn't have to be, you know?
So that's why when I recorded the song and I love it so much and I'm hearing the song, I'm saying, Addis, send this. Let Zeke mix this. Let Green Lion mix this song because I want it to mix. And this song is still not released. It's going to release soon. I think he released a version, but it's not the song. He released like a dub version. You know, he's a dub man, deep dub master.
Exclusive news, people. You're hearing it first here.
Yeah, so the dub version is out already on his project called the Dub Program. But soon he's going to be releasing the vocal with the full vocal. So he kind of did the opposite thing where normally they release the vocal first and then they release the dub version. So he's experimenting. Yeah, he came with the dub first to make people kind of hear just bits of the lyrics and think, which song is this? Or maybe, they get more intrigued.
Quite clever, really, because you get that catchy vibe and tune in your head, and you're like, I heard that before,
Yeah, and that happened to me so many times where I hear a song, like a dub version, and I'm like, yo, which song is that? I need to hear that song. I need to know that song there, just because the line that they use, just so connective,
You know who I did that with a lot? I think it was Martin Campbell. I used to hear a lot of Martin Campbell lyrics and his vocals on dubs before I would then hear the vocal track, and I'd be like, this is driving me mad. I've got to find out what song this is, what track this is. I've got to listen to the original vocal,
So that's what I think. That's the vibes like that I think he was dealing with. So look out for the vocal from Addis Pablo featuring me.
Nice.
Soon. Yeah. And the song is called Stop Them. You know what I mean? And also, while we're talking right now, to make you know, Shy FX release a song tonight. A remix of my Ragamuffin song.
Oh yeah?
The song from his LP. The remix is released tonight. It's 12 o'clock. So
well, everybody go check that out. That's weird that we were talking about Shy FX and
and I forgot
coming out tonight.
I was thinking to mention it. Just popped into my mind that I have to mention that, like, yo, look out for that Ragamuffin remix by potential bad boy. See, all jungle school. So all the
massive whole time with that one.
Yeah, all the jungle is massive in Brazil. Check that out. That's fresh. That's biscuit.
DJ Marky, get on that one. DJ Dalua, check this out because
that's fresh out of the oven.
Nice. Freshly baked. But that's how chats just work. It's really interesting how when something like this live goes so well, things are like organic. You mentioned mothers, and we're supporting mothers in the favela here, with our project that I told everybody about earlier. Again, if you want to know more about it, find out below. We talk about Shy FX. He's releasing something tonight, which you can go and check out, So there's just things interweave like this all the time with music and just with good vibes. So
that's the thing about vibes. That's why Bob Marley said, "It's a natural mystic flowing through the air."
Yeah.
See, so even through the Wi-Fi, it's a natural mystic.
No, it's true, man. And so for me, what's really interesting about you as an artist, you're successful. We talked about that. You've traveled a lot, but you do have this breadth of musicality, right? I mean, you're talking right now about Q Mundell, about Addis Pablo, but then on the other side, I mean, you take it hardcore and you go and perform with someone like Supercat, on the other hand, and these kind of like sort of more badder men on that kind of side of the spectrum. And I like that crossover. I think that's a really nice respect that you have for all of those genres of reggae,
And that's what it is, man. That's how we grew up, because my father is a dread. And, I grew up, where, you always kind of like what the happenings around the dance hall and the things was happening. And, you know what I mean? So you have the road boy side. So I used to be looking on the whole society and saying, but wait, you have like everybody fight against Rastafari, the Christian, the police, everybody, the society, fight against Rasta, and then all the society fight against rude boy, enough for the rude boy like me,
Yeah.
Some hang out with man, we're chilling out, and it's just normal vibes. And you're thinking, what's happening more time? So, it's the full spectrum more time.
Yeah. No, it's true.
So
man.
the whole
I don't know. Have you been watching any of these Life in Dub podcasts with Steve Vibronics at all? Not watching them, but listening to them.
No, I didn't hear any.
You should really check those out. I mean, he's been chatting to a lot of people that are probably very good friends of yours, or you will at least have crossed paths with in the music industry. Everyone.
Yeah, but the thing is this, Carl. I know Steve, and Steve don't send me nothing. He don't send me no link. He don't send me nothing. He knows I'm in quarantine. He knows I'm here. You understand? He knows I'm not in any part of the world. He knows I'm here. You understand? Yeah, he knows no plane is not flying, so I'm here. See? But Steve doesn't send me nothing. You understand? Steve don't send me no.
Steve, if you're listening to this, you got to give him a call, man, because not only does he need to be on that show, but he didn't even know about the show.
I didn't even know about it. And me know, look, Steven on my video, the latest, not the latest, but one of the most recent video, the Reggae Roast video, the single featuring with the Reggae Roast.
The one with you in the van.
Him are the first man you see a lift up speaker box in the video. You understand? Steve. All the way from Brazil, Steve. The man them have to tell me this thing. Look how far. The man them, you just round the corner. You're not sending me the link. And you're having podcast. Yo.
Listen up, Steve. You should be ashamed of yourself, sir.
I'm gonna page him, as we say. You know, I'm gonna page him. I'm gonna give him a text or a call and say, "What's up, man?"
Eu só comprei o remédio dia 23 de abril.
Steve's a cool guy, man. Steve's a cool guy. I know he's doing some cool stuff because he's out, you know, a thorough work.
Ele passou o remédio
One of the
dia
tracks in
22 de
my
abril.
box that's always been played is
Eu
Red Gold
comprei o
Green by
remédio dia
Hydraulics.
23 de
It's just
abril.
such a great
Como é que você
introduction.
tomou,
But
acabou
also,
o remédio 2 dias
no,
antes?
it's a great look. For all of you guys listening, we promote anything that is done with quality and love, and you should really listen to this. My Life in Dub podcast with Steve O'Brien, and he talks to a lot of different guys, UK-based guys, but have had a lot of influence from Jamaica, probably lived in Jamaica at one time or other. He chatted to Danny Dredd the other week, and it's Danny Red, sorry, the other week, and it was a really good interview, really good.
Yo, I'm gonna Google it.
And Steve's got that great radio voice anyway, but Danny Red, anyway, the reason I was coming all the way round to this in a long-winded way was Danny Red was saying exactly what you were saying just now, which is really interesting. He was saying an element of it, which is that everybody thinks in Jamaica that it's easy for Rastas, that Rastas are celebrated, that there's a big podium of Bob Marley, and every single guy walking around with their dreadlocks is lifted up onto shoulders and, you know, given their due and treated really well. Danny Red was saying, even to this day, that's still really not the case. Rastamen are still kind of treated with a certain amount of suspicion, even in Jamaica in certain parts.
Well, it's a certain, like a little certain discrimination still from certain type of society or certain things was happening, you know. But saying that, a lot of that's like, you know, breakdown from the past. Really, no. You have Rastaman, you know, you walk into the bank. It just everything is, you know, it's not like once before where Rasta used to get a big fight where police would even wanna trim their dreadlocks and stuff like that and beat them on the street, cut their dread, you know, lock them up in prison and, you know, for a split and stuff like that. Imagine you have to, a man want to trim your dread or you smoking a split, which is your right to smoke a split. But these were the type of thing, but now, you know, a lot of like the music, everything kind of get more advanced. So the society more advanced and more, you know so well and, you know, Rasta working in all type of department now, you know what I mean?
That's the only time I ever got arrested, man, was for smoking like one joint. But I did it, I was like by Trafalgar Square doing it, which isn't very smart, you know, of course. I felt
you got arrested.
E os baseados no Lagos fazem charuto.
Anyway.
Yeah, of course, you're human rights. So what? They arrest you, they put you in the arm in the van and stuff.
Yeah, man, it was crazy for like one little split. And I tell you what, I got marched into this police station. And this is at Trafalgar Square, so they're dealing with like guys moving kilos of cocaine, like serious criminals.
Yeah.
I'm in there for this one little joint. And I go in there, and the first thing, the sergeant on the desk, he just sighs and he goes, you got pinched by Rambo, didn't you? This guy, he's just out there chasing everybody, and you had to go get pinched by this guy.
Yeah.
And anyway, so
basically it becomes
spend this while in the cell. But you know, the funniest thing about this story, I didn't have, you know, he has to interview me, right? So he's there, and he's trying to put the tape in the tape machine to record the thing. And me, you know, I've been listening to cassette tapes all my life. This guy clearly is too young, doesn't understand what cassette tape is. He's putting this thing in upside down, and he's trying to jam it in, and he doesn't know what the hell is going on. He's like forcing it in, trying to get this cassette in to record our conversation. I'm like, can I stand up? And he said, yeah, suspiciously. He said, you need to go to the bathroom or something? I said, no, I need to help you with that tape. You need to turn it around this way and put it in this way.
No know about the sound man life, man.
No, man, I just wanted to get out of that place. But anyway, yeah, all this kind of stuff. Going back anyway to that Rastin. Great track by one of my friends, you probably know this one as well, by Junior Bowles.
Ambos se posicionam como entrevistadores.
Yeah, definitely.
Great one.
Eles
man.
tanto o Cal,
basically about a girl's dad not
quanto o
letting him
Breno,
see her, you know, because
nas
they're dreadlocks, but it's
conversas,
just a
eles
really
se
nice track.
posicionam como entrevistadores.
Yeah,
Sunday vibes.
Eles não se posicionam
It's a
como
beautiful track, man. It's a song that really
como
touched me
o
from young as
programa
well.
do
Growing up, you know, you listen to it, I think such a discrimination against the dread
Eles
star.
não falam
One, you know.
do que é
But you know, it's
DubTropico,
such singing
eles
such
não
a
falam
beautiful
de
way and
conversa
thing. You
na
just,
reggae,
you know, it's a reality. You know, it
eles
happened. You
ficam
know,
perguntando,
play with them.
então, Anderson, como foi em 2008 quando você ganhou o prêmio tal?
I mean, good
What
girl
is it?
like.
But for me, he's one of the most underrated artists in reggae music for me. And it's really sad what happened to him now. I don't know if you've seen videos of him, but he's in a real bad mental state and destitute in Jamaica and everything. Real bad. But his voice was unbelievable.
Yeah, man, and them song their classic writing, you know, them song their original material, you know, it's not a sing over, yeah, I mean, original material, so, you know, say songwriting, you know, you must deal with it, right?
And you've also released a track on Scotch Bonnet, which are run by Mungo's Hi-Fi. I lived in Africa for 5 years in Kenya. I was part of a family there that we had in Uganda on the shore of the Nile, the very source of the river Nile in Uganda. And Mungo's Hi-Fi came out to play with us, which was really nice. But anyway, you were involved with their record label Scotch Bonnet as well, releasing a track, right?
No, we released a few tracks with Mungos, man.
I only heard one. I'll be honest, I only heard one, but you tell us, yeah.
You heard one? Music, yeah. Which one you? Musical Demand?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we have one we say Computer Age is a day, Computer Age, yo. Computer Age, we have one named Computer Age.
I did hear that. Actually. I did hear that.
You're not being truthful then.
Yeah. So it's just those two ones?
No. There's a few tracks, man. We did about maybe 5-6 tracks with Mungos. You know, we have one called Dancehall Master. There's also one called Industry. That's like, oh, you don't know them tunes. You don't know Industry.
Industry, no. Those two ones, but not Industry. You have to check them out.
Yeah. You have to know Industry. You don't know Industry, so we are dealing.
Hook me up, man. Send me a vinyl out. We'll get it on the sound system.
I'm going to tell Steve to contact you, you know.
Aí começou a minha live e tá rolando a live dele.
We have a few tracks. Give thanks to Jah. You know, about 5 tracks or so with Mungos. Yeah, man. Good youths, nice vibes.
Pra me mandar mensagem.
Anyway,
ligando,
I want to hear more about the future. We've gone into the past a little bit now, but what's happening in the future for you? What you got lined up? What's going on?
Right now, we have a brand new project that I'm just releasing a single
mas que
just
ele
released
amanhã vai
2 days
ligar
ago.
para ela para avisar
And
que
yeah, we're doing something
tem
different.
já programa de viagem.
Yeah, brand new
canal,
thing. It's called Lyrics Collection.
Que
And
pedido
really what we're doing is we're doing something
canal,
really different with this project. Basically, you know, we're bringing visual aspect, like, because I draw, you know, I do a sketch and stuff like that. So really with this project we're bringing like art and music together, and we're rolling it out on the Patreon platform. So it's right now it's exclusively available from patrons. So everybody that's on page signed to like Patreon, they will have the song and download it and watch the video and stuff like that. So that's
supporting you.
Yes, that's how we're rolling. It's like with this project, that's how we're rolling out this project for it's a 10-track project. So this is the first thing. So you know you can look out for some more singles gonna be released and some more stuff. For the people who really want to stay, you know, update and get everything with it, like the video and the merch, because we have everything together, like with the art and the merch. So we have some t-shirts and stuff like that. So we're
some of those designs are yours that you've done?
Well, all of them are mine, yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yes. We can't draw, you know. You see all these, you see all this?
Yeah.
You see, like, you see Bounty Killer, who that? Bounty Killer.
Yeah.
Pinchers.
Bandolero.
Caperton, it's a Caperton without dreadlocks, you know.
Wow, I didn't recognize him there without dreads.
Yeah. Ninja Man.
Ninja.
Não, e o pior é você ver o comentário das pessoas dizendo que tá amando.
So, you know, Super Cat, the Dan Dada.
Dan Dada right there.
Yeah, Buju Bantan. Beanie Man.
Yeah.
So, them things they really were bringing, like, you know, the artistic visuals and everything together with it, you know. So, even I posted artwork today for the single.
Nice.
The drawings on the artwork, I did all of them and stuff like that. So that's what we're really working to, like, you know, bring more personal, because a lot of the time, I just say I'm working with like featuring with, like, say Mongos, or I'm featuring with some other producers.
É que eu não posso levantar durante a live.
And really, they rolling out the project how they want to roll it out, the time they want to roll it out, and everything like that. So this is where I have more control to be more consistent, where I can, you know, instead of having a song with like Mongos and then having a song with Shy, or, you know, I can have those songs still happening, but then as features, and then I'm rolling out my label and my products and my stuff, projects. Nice. So when I'm getting my ideas, I don't, music is a thing. Sometimes you have to, like, you know, it's a team effort. So you have to really get the same, you have to get the producer that's going to give you the same vibe that you're thinking of and everything like that. So, you know, you want to be consistent, but you can't really wait until another person is ready to release a project. Because I've got songs, even say, for example, say with Mongos have songs that I've recorded for a while, like maybe 5 years, and it's not released up to now. It's just in the program, maybe that rhythm isn't ready or whatever, you know, the budget in there or whatever. Yeah. So really, this is the thing now, to roll out my stuff on a consistent basis.
I can see that actually, because I can see with guys like Mongos, you know, big up to them and how they work. But when you work with so many different artists, you have so many different timelines and schedules and things going on.
It's not just me. They've got albums of material, like just, not unreleased.
Veio no meio das garrafas de
you know,
and it's not even that. It's like sound systems. They like to play something sometimes as a dub plate for 3 years before they release it, or 5 years, you know?
Yeah. Yes, and that's all right, and that's even the case as well with some of the time with some of my songs. There's a song right now with him, Session of a Car. And they've been playing that on the sound system for a while, but it's still on release. But Session of a Car, they always play that in the dance. You know, for a while now, for a few years. So it's just how music is. To give, yeah, you have to give space for that type of music and that type of growth to happen. But then my people, when most of them are consistent, like them want single, them want hear stuff from me, them just work with me on the Patreon, sign up and connect to the Patreon. Because right now that's where you get the music for download, you get the video, you get the merch and everything that's, you know, exclusive to me.
That's great. That's a good incentive to support artists. You know, you guys are getting something really hot and exclusive to listen to, and at the same time, you're supporting artists directly. You know, with the fine work that they're doing.
And also, like, we got a lot of stuff planned for the Patreon platform. We got a lot of stuff planned and ready, like, to roll out workshop, like freestyles and, you know, lives, even like what we're doing now. Certain lives where, like, we're in the studio, maybe recording, and, you know, you're gonna have those lives where we're doing them. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah. Do you kind of you invite people into that space as well? That's nice too.
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, that's definitely like the way how we're rolling out this project. And
claro que não, né? Prejuízo, o cara vive disso.
And that's how you get to access everything.
Everybody support that. Click on that link. For those of you who joined us a little bit late, there's also a link right down here for Mothers of the Favela, which we've been championing throughout this talk. Mothers of the Favela charity. If you just joined us and you didn't hear about it, please support them. They're a very important charity here in Rio. They're helping mothers in the favela who really have no support from the government, no support from anybody, but just a little bit of your money go directly to help them. Just getting bare necessities, you know, cleaning products, some rice, just those things that you even need to get by, they need right now. And you could really help those mothers, the backbone of by doing that. So click on that.
Yeah. Click the link. It's just simple like that. Really click the link.
Eram 6 cebolas.
And the Patreon as well for Mr.Williamz, man, because that's where you're going to stay on top of all his
That's maybe check out the new project. Definitely. Everything, that's where you're going to stay updated and get the exclusive material, you know what I mean?
Nice.
O quê?
Nice. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, lots of things in the pipeline.
Olha, eu comprei tudo que você pediu.
Yeah,
menos o frango.
You know, right now, you know, it's up and it's live, so
pão,
that's
laranja,
where it's all happening, you know.
Cebola.
So the video and everything is accessible through the
a mulher não deve ter embrulhado. O frango eu não comprei não, mas a cebola eu comprei.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up so we can go and relax.
Não pode.
See the night out. And we really appreciate you joining us. Before you go, would you give us a little acapella of any
só,
track
você
you
pediu
want to sing?
vinho?
Any track you'd like
Eu
to share with
trouxe,
us?
saí de
Love to hear a little
casa.
acapella from you before you go, if possible.
Então tudo bem. Aí você que pariu.
Ain't nobody recording this, man. This is your thing, man. Don't worry. I'm not asking for a double. It's just a little thing.
Brazil, them don't know worldwide. Seeing special requests. Let me give you a piece of the new song. See, it named Lyrics Collection, and it's a tribute to Nicodemus, the godfather of all style and all pattern that you see happening right now. You see the man who wear all cardigan. What name? Lyrics Collection. Come let me tell you about my lyrics collection. Well, watch a man, a lyrics where you want me have it more for more. It come me like the sun grain pon the seashore. It come me like a fountain non-stop pour. And listen, you feel listen, make me tell you something more. Watch out. Just in a what day when me gone on tour. The inner Rio, then me the inner Rio and then me go Baltimore. Little after that I will San Salvador. People see me, them a say gracias senor. Little after that them all a say por favor. That means them want more. Yeah, because style and pattern, yes, we have that galore. My lyrics collection. Come let me tell you about my lyrics collection. Yeah, the brand new thing that. The brand new thing that. Seen?
You heard that. You heard that here, fresh.
Okay.
And it's on vinyl, Carl. Let them know it's on vinyl also for all of the sound killer and all the sound man them and sound woman them. It's on vinyl, exclusive. You need to know, sir. Have it in your collection. Because we have it for the sound man them. You know, for the sound man them, say, dub plate collection. Come let me tell you about my dub plate collection. Well, matcha, well, if I dub plate, you want to have it more than more. It come in like the sun grain from the seashore. I just seen a what day when me there Singapore. I just seen a what day when me there Baltimore. Watch out. Penthouse party on the top floor. Cologne you wear that a Christian Dior. People say you and them a shout out for more. Easy. We're going to pay for that. That man tell you, man.
Nice, man. If that brightened up your evening, I don't know what would. That was awesome, man.
Nah, that's the brand new single. Lyrics collection. Link in the bio. Carl, enough respect. And wants to give thanks for the link. Boom, bam. See? More power, more strength. Stay safe. Everybody on the live, you don't know. More power, more strength, more vibes, more love, more energy, positive every time. Whatever you're doing, stay positive. Keep your mind in a positive mind frame. You don't know. That's how we're moving forward. Anything you're doing, anything you're dealing with, you don't know. That's how you have to deal with it. See? Carl, bless up yourself. Keep up the works. People up on the live, check that link. That's just a pin there. Wait name.
Nice. Link is www.maisdafavela.com. Basically,
Maisda.
Favela in Portuguese.
Maisdafavela.com. What Maisda mean? Mother?
Mais means mother. Yeah, mothers of the family.
Okay, screen. My. In Portuguese. All right. Bless up all of the my them. Seen? Love on them. Seen?
Great chat to you, man.
Yes, God. Bless up. Saying give thanks for the link and we stay in touch on everything. See? But they are celebrating way now, so I'm gonna just go and have a little celebration because the rest of the month we still a celebrate. You understand?
He's still on this birthday thing, man. You gotta celebrate. Right.
Yeah, man. A matter of fact, I'm celebrating right through till next year, my next day. That's how we're doing it. Saying? Salute. Salute.
Blessings, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate your time and reaching out to everyone here in Brazil and everyone else who's been in tune all along. We had great people. You stayed with us right the way through. We had like 1,600. We're at 1,000 people now. You didn't go nowhere. You stayed with us because we like the vibe.
Yeah. Shouts up to all the massive because the massive is you that make it possible. It's not me. It's not Carl. It's you, the massive them. Without you, not gonna really work like that. We just be at home chilling, having a drink by myself. So love on you. See? Salute, the general. Oh, I'm signing out.
All right. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.
I love, bro. Give thanks.
And come to Brazil soon. We need you here soon.
Anytime that listen, Carl, listen to me now. You see, anytime they free up the airspace and the airwaves, we're gonna break through the speed barrier, the sound barrier. Staying quick, reach.
I like it.
We're gonna reach, man. In a jet time, in a jet time, brother. See?
It'd be great to see you here, and you'd love it, man. And people here want to see you too. Clearly, look at all the people in tune here. So
Yeah, definitely. I want to say shout out to all of my people in Brazil because over the years, enough people always hit me up from Brazil and, you know what I mean, always cry and say, win me forward and them want to see Dapper than live in person. But it's going to happen soon. And you what now? It's good because you see when it happen in the right time because what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a time. I'm not going to rush and come for 2 weeks. You know? I'm gonna come for 6 weeks. You understand? A matter of fact, I'm gonna come for 7 weeks.
7 weeks.
Yeah, I just make it here because I take an extra week for myself and work 6 weeks and take a week for myself and chill because you have some beautiful beach in Brazil and some beautiful mountain and some hills and enough things more check out from river. And whole if I think more and check out Amazon and everything, you understand? So I might need a helicopter. Just line up. You have a helicopter link?
Not quite yet, but we'll work on that.
All right. Anybody on the live who have the helicopter link, contact, call. We soon forward. See? Love enough from sky to ground. See? Excess amount.
Yeah, you need that time. Brazil's big, and it's always good to take some time out for yourself as well, you know, so you can enjoy and absorb everything around you, really, you know.
And that's the thing, Carl. A lot of the time, you know, if you're rushing, like with this time now where people have been having a lot of time off, you really get time to chill and think because when you're rushing around and you have a show there, a show there, a show there, sometimes you're spending a day there, 2 days, 3, or a week there, or, you know, it's quick movements. So you don't really get to go to the places where you might even think about that you want to go. So I'm not going to make that happen with Brazil. I'm going to make it a real loving experience, you know what I mean? Where I know, say, yo, 7 weeks.
Absolutely.
Minimum.
You're going to do it the right way, man.
Yeah, all right. So get the canoe boat, get the yacht, get everything ready, my brethren. So you just line up the links, then we're soon forward.
All modes of transport lined up.
All right, see? That.
All right. Well, this is DubTropico signing off. Mr.Williamz, again, thank you so much.
Signing off. Respect, sign off.